Hey friends, it's me Micah. This is the Homestead Bandwagon. I've got the zero-turn mower with me here. Today we're talking about how to operate a zero-turn mower. Maybe you don't know how to run one. The grass is growing, it ain't gonna wait. We gotta get out here and do it. So we're gonna learn to operate a zero-turn mower in 5 minutes, or maybe 6 or 7. I really don't know how long this video is gonna take, but it's gonna be really quick. I can guarantee you can operate one of these things and it isn't hard. Let's just get into it with how to start this dang thing. Okay, so to start this thing, make sure your butt's in the seat. That's the place to start. These are your steering bales or your lap bars or your steering sticks or whatever you want to call them. It doesn't matter. They are what they are. Make sure these are out. There's a locked position where they're out and away. You got to have them there. Most of these machines are going to have a parking brake of some sort. Sometimes they're integrated into these sticks. So once the sticks are out all the way, the parking brake's turned on, but some of them have a lever. Like this one's got a lever right here. Parking brake has to be on. You don't want to have this thing at full throttle when you start it usually. So throttle's down, and then find your PTO. That's the thing that makes your blade spin. Usually it's a yellow plunger. Make sure that thing's pushed in so your blades are turned off. Your machine won't start with the blades on. So you got to make sure that PTO button is pushed down, or it may be a lever. Make sure those blades are turned off. Okay, so now we're going to need our key. And then we got to find our choke. Sometimes the choke is integrated into the throttle. If it is, then you push your throttle into that choke position, but lots of them have a plunger. So you're going to pull that plunger up. Put your key in your ignition and turn it till it starts. Then we're going to turn off the choke. Raise our throttle. Let's go about halfway so you can learn how to work this machine. And then turn off your parking brake so we're ready to go. Okay, so how do you make this thing move? Well, first thing you gotta do with your parking brake off, remember, lap bars go into the center. Now this thing's ready to be operated. Basically, all that's going on here is each bar controls one of your rear wheels. That's it. So this bar controls your right rear, this bar controls your left rear. And your front wheels, they're just along for the ride. They ain't doing nothing but keeping your front end off the ground. So if we want to move forward, all we're doing is pushing both of these bars forward. Then return them to the center and you're going to stop. If you want to go backwards, you pull both of the bars backwards. And then return them to center if you want to stop. That's really all there is to it. So practice doing that a couple times, and then we got to get into turning. The reason you bought a zero turn is because they're so good at turning corners on a dime. Well, how do we do that? Well, let's pretend we're riding a pony. That's right, we're riding a little horse. I don't know anything about riding horses, but it seems like you got those reins in your hand and you want that horse to go that way. Maybe you pull those reins to that way. The horse's head will turn and it'll turn that way. I'm just going to pretend that's how it works riding a horse, because that's how it works on a zero turn. So we're driving along going forward. We want to turn right. We're just going to pull our right stick backwards. This machine's going to turn to the right. You want to turn left, you pull that left stick backwards. We'll turn to the left. And then if you want to make a hard turn to the right or left, a zero turn where you just flip on a dime, no problem. Pull your right stick back because we're trying to turn right. While you're pushing that left stick forward slightly, you're going to flip around on a dime. Go out and do it just a couple times, real gently with your throttle at about half throttle. It kind of starts to come natural if we're just thinking about pulling on the reins of that horse. Again, I got no idea how to operate a horse. Okay, I know how to operate a mower, but it kind of makes sense to me. We're just going to pull the direction we want to go, and if we want to go real hard, we're pulling with one hand, pushing with the other. Let's talk real quick about how to actually mow with this thing, and then I think you're on your way. How are we doing on time, by the way? Now, before you start mowing, you might want to change your deck height. How to do this might vary from mower to mower, but most of them work like this. There's a foot pedal. Let's see if you can see it. Right down here. You push your foot against it, which raises your deck a little bit. Then you've got a knob. Let's see if we can show you that one. Like this one right here. You twist this knob to the height you want to go to, take your foot off the foot pedal, and your deck drops to that level. Okay, so it's time to start mowing. How do we get the blades going? That's that yellow plunger that you pull to start your PTO. That's what gets your blades spinning. So let's just go throttle all the way up and then pull this yellow plunger. Your blades are gonna start spinning. Now, your blades may not spin if your lap bars are out. So make sure they're in. You can't have your parking brake on, and your butt has to be in the seat. Otherwise, these blades aren't gonna spin. So now we've got it figured out how to start the blades, how to drop the mower deck to where we want to mow. All we got to do now is start mowing. So we can talk real quick about how to do that. Basically, you just do 2 passes around the peripheral and then go straight up and straight back through the place you're mowing. Okay, so that's about it. Now you know how to work a 0-turn mower, and it wasn't that hard, and nothing will ever go wrong. Yeah, I guess you can watch another one of my videos if you want. Maybe we'll do one about how to cut pretty patterns in your grass, or the difference between mulching and bagging. I probably don't want to do any of that. We're just going to go mow some grass. All right, we'll talk to you later.